And certainly a developing situation here in Burlington. We'll take you right to the activity. You can see over my left shoulder dozens of emergency responder vehicles, literally bumper to bumper. Well, the wait is finally over for hundreds of Brewers fans who braved the cold, the wind, and the snow. Dozens of officers were honored here this evening, receiving awards ranging from valor to service. I've referred to this in the past as the Jeremy Ross wind measurer thingamajiggy 6000. Certainly not high tech, but it demonstrates the kind of wind we're seeing out here.
We begin with the man who was one of the last people to see Derek Williams alive before he died in the back of a squad car.
Now, this man is the victim who Williams tried to rob that night, but his story may surprise you. He says he's not the only victim.
Our Jeremy Ross is here with the exclusive.
The police report describes a masked man reaching into his pocket, implying he had a weapon. As a result, this is labeled an attempted armed robbery lasting only about 8 seconds. What happened after is leaving a lasting impression.
I was walking home from Summerfest.
July 6th of last year, a UWM student and his then girlfriend were approached from behind near the intersection of Holton and Center.
By a man in a mask asking for my wallet. I was kind of in shock at the time, just said, "What?"
Police reports say the man grabbed the pocket of Sam Took.
I was a victim in an attempted robbery, and I mean, when it happened, obviously I was scared.
Took says the man saw a squad car and ran off, disappearing into a neighboring yard. The case would reappear in headlines more than a year later. The suspect was 22-year-old Derek Williams, seen taking some of his final breaths inside a Milwaukee police squad car. His gasps for help ignored by officers believing he was faking. He later died from complications from sickle cell. The manner of death, once called natural causes, was recently changed to homicide by medical examiners.
Seeing the video, it was sickening, really, watching it. I mean, it's just sad, really.
Until the police video was released, Took never got a glimpse of what happened after Williams ran off. He says he appreciates the quick police response preventing the robbery.
At the end of the day, they could have possibly saved my life.
While Took is called a victim in the police report, he offers sympathy for the man accused of trying to rob him, labeled a suspect.
He was definitely a victim too. I think watching what I saw, it seems that he needed help and he didn't get it. So I think he would be a victim also.
In an exclusive interview, Milwaukee Police Chief Ed Flynn told Fox 6 his officers should have responded more quickly to Williams' health concerns. He added police procedures have already been changed following the reopening of this case. It was a chase through 4 counties involving a half dozen law enforcement agencies. When the 2002 Chrysler minivan came to a stop, 5 were arrested, and Monday, 4 were charged in connection with the chase, including 18-year-old Daryl Thompson, who spoke exclusively to Fox 6.
I just wish things would happen a different way.
The criminal complaint says May 9th, an off-duty MPD officer called for help after seeing a minivan full of apparent burglars who were trying to force entry into homes. Police say they're looking into tools recovered from the van that could be linked to burglaries.
We wasn't doing nothing. We wasn't trying to commit no burglaries or none of that. You see some black guys in a white neighborhood, you gonna call the police? That seems kind of racist to me. We was actually lost trying to look for directions so we can get out of there so I can go to school.
But what Thompson describes as a trip to class took a detour into detention. After seeing squad cars, the driver hit the gas, traveling through neighborhoods and freeway traffic, hitting speeds of up to 85 miles per hour.
I don't know how fast it was going to take the truth.
Why didn't you guys pull over?
Huh? I don't know. Tell you the truth.
Do you wish you had?
Do I wish I had? Let me see. That's the past. I mean, I can't dwell on the past.
Investigators say 17-year-old Devarian Beeman was at the wheel. Is Mr. Beeman around, or? No. Beeman is accused of stealing the vehicle from Milwaukee's ABC daycare back on May 8th. Court documents say he lives here. We're just trying to get his side of things, ma'am.
I'm not the driver.
We tried talking with the driver.
Yeah, the driver doesn't want to talk to you. I don't even know I'm talking to you right now.
Investigators say 19-year-old Jarmel Gatewood and 17-year-old Fred Gillespie were also in the van. A chase leading the law to one car and leading its occupants into the court system.
Thankfully, nobody got hurt.
Now, all the accusations that we described are coming from the Milwaukee County court system. This evening, we spoke with law enforcement. They tell us that they will be recommending charges to Racine County's district attorney, so it is possible that all those inside the van could face additional legal action.
He
started sending me texts about like what he would like to do to me.
They were messages between two adults. But it's who sent lewd messages.
I just felt sick to my stomach. I was just like...
Shocking one woman.
I just couldn't believe that it was happening.
And forcing a Greenfield police officer to resign.
I had asked them, I was like, do you need my contact information? They said they already had it.
Joanne Fagan says August 21st, she was questioned during an investigation. She says one of the officers acted very professional, one did not.
And later on that night, I got another text from an unknown number, and he said that this is Officer so-and-so, and this is my private number if you need anything.
In a news release, Greenfield police say the two began exchanging consensual text messages in the hours that would follow. Fagan does not describe the messages as mutual, claiming there were 2 inappropriate images sent and more than a dozen lewd messages.
He said he wanted to, have sex with me. He just kept going and kept going and kept going, and then eventually sent me pictures of his private. I felt gross and scared at the same time, pretty much.
Police say they were tipped off about the conduct and took immediate action. The officer with less than 6 years of experience was suspended 2 days later and resigned September 7th.
I think that the rest of the police officers in Greenfield, I think that they're fine. They're very professional in everything they do.
Now, because this incident does not involve criminal charges, we are not naming the former officer at this time. In the meantime, Greenfield's police chief says the vast majority of his officers adhere to the highest professional levels. We begin tonight with breaking news out of West Allis. 2 people are in custody after a chase that started in Illinois. The wait is finally over for hundreds of Brewers fans who braved the cold, the wind, and the snow. I had the feeling that we're like being watched or something, by the way.
Scary.
You will just simply drop the microphone and walk off frame? Still correct?
Yes, you'll be lucky to even see me for those 2 seconds if I win.
Our big story at 10, a police department grieving. One of its officers killed in a car crash early this morning. Fond du Lac County investigators say a young boy died after he was hit by a truck in a parking lot. It happened last night in the village of Mount Calvary. Investigators say a 35-year-old man in a pickup was backing up when a 5-year-old boy ran behind the vehicle. The child was run over. He later died at the hospital. The names of the boy and driver are not being released at this time. The investigation is ongoing. One man is in the hospital and another in jail following a shooting overnight in Milwaukee. It happened around midnight near 27th and Burleigh. Officers say a 25-year-old man was shot and is being treated for serious injuries. They say a suspect is in custody. No word on what led to the shooting. New at 10, the winds of controversy over wind turbines. It is causing state lawmakers to weigh the price of efficient energy with public complaints. We've got more on the debate between power and health. Well, the Moose have moved in. Roughly 8,000 members of Moose International, that is. They're in Milwaukee for their annual international convention. Your time is running out to see the Real Pirates exhibit at the Milwaukee Public Museum. See what I did there? That's the pirate talk.
I got it.
I'll end it because we want to keep our viewers here. Pirates are leaving port on Memorial Day. The exhibit tells the story about the crew aboard the Witta. It's a real pirate ship that sank 300 years ago. Features old artifacts from the crew and, of course, some of their loot, or their loot, something like that.
Listen at you.
I feel like I need a parrot, though.
You've been watching Pirates of the Caribbean or something.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Not a bad watch.
Yeah.
I actually went to that this morning. Glad I did. Outstanding exhibit. They do talk like that. They talk a lot better than your impression.
I would hope so. Today was the official homecoming for Larry the Log Roller. This was some video when Larry was pretty much, rolling nothing. He's the 22 feet 4-inch fiberglass symbol of Wabeno. He was damaged a few months ago after a tree fell on him. Larry was cracked into 3 pieces, fixed up by someone who vacations there. Now he's back on a roll.
Standing tall.
Breaking news anytime, fox6now.com. See you later.
Good night.